sweat drips down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My piece flush like a disco ball. I dance like I don't give a fuck.
Hey, hopefully you're having a good day. I'm at this wonderful looking park, so I'm having fun. I was thinking about recommending motorcycles to people that you know, like friends and family, and if that's a good idea, because I've kind of gone back and forth on this. I'm never sure if it's prudent, because you are asking someone to take a bit of a risk, and how much of that is you have to gauge the person and kind of let them know, hey, this is fun, but it is dangerous, and what's going on there. So anyways, I'm gonna hop on the bike and let's talk about it. Okay, well, here we go. Leaving this cool park. What brought this on was the other day I was taking an impromptu trip with my friend, and we were road tripping, stuck in the car for 15 hours talking, and then he started asking questions of the bike. And I started thinking, is it smart to recommend motorcycles to friends? You know, what is your level of... Ooh, we're going to make this turn first, and then we're going to think of what level we have of whatever. Yeah, what are you responsible for? Is it... And with this guy specifically, he's a guy I've known for a long time. Very responsible, very safe driver. Wouldn't really speed on the bike. I feel like he'd be a good fit to hop on there and not get himself in trouble. I mean, you know, and then you get on the bike and it starts talking to you and it's like, go faster, and then, you know, I can't control that part. But in the initial part of it, I've realized that in these early conversations that friends have had with me, I've been not quite discouraging of it, but I haven't shielded from the risks, and I think that's very important, because like I was saying earlier, if someone else hops on the motorcycle, they are taking on a good bit of risk. I mean, it's not an easy thing to be doing. It's not, you know, completely safe or anything, and they should know that there's a possibility you die. I mean, no one wants to talk about it. It's annoying. It sounds like something some nerd would say, where it's like, I live life dangerously because I ride on the motorcycle and you chance death at every turn. But that's not all what it is. But if, you know, if someone's irresponsible and you're making bad choices, it could not end well. And I think for the most part I've done a good job of it, but do you have a due diligence to kind of, you know, vet these people out? And, you know, people are going to do what they want, more or less. So if you tell your friend who's, you know, trips everywhere he goes, who has a loose temper, whatever, I don't know what type of friends you have. You probably don't have those type of friends, but you know, someone that you're like, I don't know if you could make it on the motorcycle, and they eventually get a motorcycle. There's only so much you can do. You know, you're not culpable for everything that a person does, but I'm pretty conservative in what people I tell to, like, hop on a bike. I tell everyone that it's cool and it's amazing. It's something I love and adore, because it's so much fun. It's so good. It's a level of freedom that you can't experience. And I'm, you know, ministering to people more or less about, like, the Church of Motorcycle. And, you know, it could be right for you, but it could also be detrimental, and you could not have a good time. But I was thinking just about qualities to look for, and just, you know, how to get more people into motorcycling. But then I had the whole thing of, okay, should everyone get into motorcycling? It's like, should everyone own a gun? I don't know. Everyone should have the right, I guess, but, you know, some people are stupid. I think I'm getting a little off track. It's a non-serious thing, even on that 250. I'm doing a year in review video right now. That is just a pig. It's huge, and I'm trying to whittle it down to something feasible, and it's a lot of editing, but look out for it. It's gonna be cool. And while I was doing that, I crashed on my 250, and I was going 40 miles an hour, and I had my gear, and so I understand that mistakes happen and everything, but that's a risky thing, and I could have ended up underneath the car behind me, but because I knew I'd fall, and because that driver was paying attention, I was saved from any serious ramifications. But, you know, some people, a bunch of their friends get on the bikes, no one's really knowledgeable, there's a bunch of dudes on 600s or something, and you can make really bad decisions and hurt yourself. So I think it's not as complicated as I'm making it, where it's, you know, your friends that you think are more or less responsible and can handle the complexities of a motorcycle. I think it's cool. I think you should give them a push, but not, you know, force it on them. Like, it doesn't make my life any worse if my friends don't ride a motorcycle. I'm not like, how dare you not ride a motorcycle, take away these experiences for me. I enjoy riding alone or throwing my girl on the back and just going around. That's a ton of fun to me. So I don't need my friends to join me. I think it'd be cool, and I think they'd enjoy it. But yeah, when I was talking to this friend, though, he had a lot of pertinent questions, a lot of safety questions, things like that. And because he's an older guy and, you know, has wife and kids and an income where he, you know, can buy all the proper gear, I was like, hey man, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Like, you can get a vest that deploys underneath. Should you fall, it'll inflate and it'll even walk up to your neck to where, you know, you're pretty safe. So I just think education is important, and I think sometimes I get so hyped on motorcycles and how great they are, but I realize I do watch a little bit more now that I've been on the bike a little bit more, and I know what it is, and not this is gonna sound cringy, but what it takes, because it's do you want to learn? Are you pursuing knowledge? Do you want to get better at things? Like, I think if you're passive and you're not willing to put in any, calling it work is insane, because it's not that, but you should be trying to improve your odds. And people that aren't trying to constantly sharpen that, I don't know if motorcycling's for you, or maybe it is, but not long term. You hear so many stories of the person that used to ride in their 20s and they didn't have a helmet, and then they, you know, flew off their bike going X speed and they got road rash and hit their head a little bit. It's not uncommon, and I think if I introduce someone to motorcycling, I want it to be a long, healthy relationship where they get some of what I have gotten from it, some level of love and growth. And it's so dumb to say it like that, but just the more time on the bike you get, the more time away from screens and overthinking, and you're also actively learning a skill. But there is the danger of, you know, any of these idiots could just veer over and smack me, and it's a bad time. So I guess just being diligent with it. Anyways, hopefully next week I have this review video out for you. I think in doing this year in review video, it's pressed upon me the initial goal I had, where I wanted to kind of distill everything that I learned in different words, not that it's new information, because I'm sure someone somewhere has talked about it in a way more cohesive, succinct, expounded upon manner than I. But there was just certain things. Oh, I took that so slow. That was weird. I didn't even touch the gas. But that there was just certain things that didn't connect with my ears as a younger rider that I think would have saved me that wreck. Like, I was really afraid of my rear brake, and I don't know how that got lost in translation, but because I just grabbed a bunch of front brake as hard as I could, well, you can put two and two together, I ate crap. So, I don't know, just have fun with motorcycles. They're cool as hell. Maybe have some due diligence recommending them to people. Anyways, hopefully next week I am done with that year in review video. I think it's gonna be really cool, and I'm excited to just kind of have a recap, even though it's been more than a year. But what you gonna do? Anyways, have a good day. Bye.